message now. So I'm going to share my screen and then we'll get into it. I need a heads up of that you can see my screen once I get it going. Share. Everybody see my screen? Are you good? So what we're going to talk about today is testimonial tree. What testimonial tree is it collects feedback for you. Meaning when you have a closing, this is what the guide looks like. Testimonial tree will send out an email to your buyers or your sellers asking them for a testimonial on your behalf. Email is pretty basic. It just says, has your name plastered across the top. And it says, thank you for working with us. Please leave a testimonial. It has a link. I'll show you all that here in just a little bit. Testimonial tree is connected to Dotloop. So when you close, it automatically runs, meaning it knows who you are, and then it knows your buyers and your sellers' email addresses because it pulls, if you're a listing agent, it looks for the seller's email addresses, how you have it tagged. If you are a buyer's agent, then it looks for their emails on how you have it tagged. If you are a dual agent, you have them all in the same loop for some reason, it's looking for those tags, the sellers or buyers, to send out for the testimonial. Once the loop is changed to closed is when that goes out. So testimonial tree, it can publish testimonials to your website, social media, and even realtor.com. Now, it cannot post to Zillow or Google because Zillow and Google do not take incoming. It doesn't synchronize to pull in testimonials, but I'll show you some tips and tricks on how to get that to work because testimonial tree will pull those testimonials in from Google and Zillow. It won't send it to Google and Zillow, but it will pull it. So before you get started, you need to make sure that you have business pages set up at all of these places. You need to have a Google business page, a Zillow agent profile, and I have links in here on how to get them and how to set them up, a realtor.com agent profile, and you need to have a Facebook business page. What I'm going to suggest is that you have these set up, and when you have them set up, have a window open for each one of these pages. It's going to make your life a lot easier as you go through this setup. So if you don't have these set up, you'll have to set those up and come back later because we're not going to go through that right now. That's going to take too long for y'all to set it up. When you create an account, it'll walk you through just like any platform on how to set up your accounts. After you get all these set up, then you simply log into Testimonial Tree. Okay? When you log into Testimonial Tree, it's going to look something like this. Well, let me log back in. Testimonials tree is set up to do testimonials, surveys. We're going to talk about the menu bar a little bit later. But it looks something like this. So when you first come in, if you are sending me any messages, make sure that you say something so that I can go look at the message box. I'm going to try to watch it, but if I miss anything, somebody maybe speak up. So when you first log in a testimonial tree, this is your dashboard. You probably or may not have anything here at all. And that's okay because that's why we're doing this. Y'all know that, consumers, when they look for you, they're looking for other people's consent, other people's recommendations of you. So they're going to look at whatever sources they can. And the more place you have these testimonials, obviously, the better results you're going to get. So when you first log in, the first thing you need to do is set up your profile. If you come up to the top right to this gear, do the drop down and go to account. When you click on that, you need to fill all this information out, okay? So first thing you need to put in, obviously, is your name. That's how you want it to be displayed. Your first name, your last name. Don't worry about external ID. Don't worry about vanity URL. This is your website. Make sure you put your website in. If you have a direct URL for logging in, you're going to leave that blank. Don't worry about that. This is your Facebook business page URL. Okay. So I have my business page open. I'm going to copy it. I'm actually just going to go back to my home page here, and I will copy that. And I'm going to paste that there so it connects. If I go too fast, somebody please raise their hand or say something. I'm going to put my phone number in. I'm going to come here to my image. I'll choose file. Let's do that one. Okay. If I have the URL, I'd set it there. My office address. I left this blank intentionally. I had IT create another account for me so that I could go through this and y'all could see how it's set up instead of me just pointing and clicking and saying, go here, go here, go here. Now, about is probably going to be your bio. So make sure you put something in here. Look, the more locations that you have information about you, the easier it is for consumers to find you. That's the whole reason of filling all this out. I'm going to come in here. I'll copy this. Copy. Now I have all this set up. I'm going to hit save. So it saves everything. This is just, again, setting up your profile and testimonial tree. It's going to make everything look so much better on the back end. When you get your photo loaded up, you're going to notice it pops up in the top right corner. So everybody good with setting up all their personal information, their account, right? Pretty easy. So far? Good? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? Something? Somebody unmute and say hello. So I'm going to go back into my profile real quick. So click on my face, go back into account. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my realtor.com account. So realtor.com, it actually will pull over, it will import testimonials. So I want to set that up from here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here where it says connect accounts. I'll click on this clipboard. It's going to copy my unique little code for me to paste it into my realtor.com account. I'll come over here to realtor.com. And after I set all my profile up, if I come over here to profile and I come down to ratings and reviews, it pulls this window. And then I'm going to come over here to where it says testimonial tree. I'll hit connect, and then I'll just paste in that link. Once you paste in that link, it says connected. I did this morning. I should have disconnected and done it again, but anyway. That's all you got to do for realtor.com. Now your realtor.com is set up to pull in any testimonials you'll get on Testimonial Tree. Pretty easy, right? I know, it makes it really, really simple. Try to keep things simple. If anybody's confused, not following along, misses something, please speak up. I want to make sure we don't miss anything. So now you can check off realtor.com as being done because you have it completely set up. So we're going to go back to our dashboard. And here, if we had anything from when we start syncing things in, it's going to pull some stuff over. That's what it's doing here, is it's pulling over my Zillow testimonials. So let's set that up. If I come over here to review generation, go to review generation, and then I'll go to manage. When I click on manage, it's going to pop open this window. All you probably have is just this line right here where it says testimonial tree. That's all you have. You probably don't have these two. When you set these up, you will have these two. And I'll show you how to do that. It's a lot easier than you think. Again, you've got to have a Zillow account set up, an agent account, not just a consumer account, but a realtor account. When you have a realtor account set up, you'll log in, and it'll say Agent Hub up here in the top corner. When you click on Agent Hub, I'm going to go to Dashboard, and that's where it has listings, my reviews, request a review, everything about you. Yep, I had a team. They were on my team. Same with Google. When you create your profile and you go to that link, it's going to come up with something like this. This is where you want to be, so you can click on Read Reviews. These are the links that you're going to need to set all this up. Everybody good? So I'm going to come back to Testimonial Tree, and I'm going to click on Configure Third-Party Sites. Pops up with this window. Look at that. It's got my bio in there already.
Al,
Yes.
can you go back to how do you get to this page?
Yep. I went over here to Review Generation from the dashboard and go to Manage. So if I'm the dashboard, Review Generation,
I'm good to go.
Manage. Okay. Wait for it to load. And then I'm going to click on Configure Third-Party Site. And then it pops this up. We're a real estate agent. We're going to click that. Here, if it doesn't automatically populate your link, then I'm going to come over here to Zillow. And all I'm going to do is copy this where I'm on my profile. Copy it. And then I'm going to paste it back into here. Boom. This is for generating a profile review. I'm going to come back to Zillow, and I'm going to click here where it says Request a Review. And then I'm going to click on Copy and Paste Direct Link. And then I'm going to copy this link. And I'll come back here, paste that in. Everybody good so far? Pretty easy setting it up, right? I'll hit Submit. Now it's going to ask for my Google. It's simply just going to connect to my Google account. So when I click on Google Login, it's going to pop up, ask me what Google account. That's the account. It's looking for it. It finds me. Yep, pulls over, and it automatically pulls over my links. I don't have to do anything else. And when I'm done, I'll hit Submit. And it'll take me back to my dashboard where I will see these. Everybody good? Congratulations. You just connected your Google and your Zillow profiles.
Al, I have a question. Over to the right, it says inherited type and location ID. What's that for? Or is that above our pay grades?
Nope, I'll show you that in just a second.
Okay.
Those are fields.
I have a question too.
Okay, those are fields that you're going to see on the testimonials. Those aren't anything that you're going to do anything with. On the testimonials, when it's inherited, it means it's pulled in. And if you come to your testimonials, it says manage, it'll say inherited from, or external source, I'm sorry, and here it has. It's coming from Zillow. We'll get to that in a minute. You're getting ahead of me. T?
So I had a question about the inherited thing, so I'll wait. But why is the testimonial tree toggled off on the generation page?
Because it's defaulted from the company that automatically sends out for testimonials. You don't need to turn it on.
Okay.
Yeah. If you turn this top on, it's going to go to the company's website. It's going to put any of your company reviews on the company's website. Don't turn that on.
Okay.
Because the company has a default account with Testimonial Tree. Because with your testimonials sync to your company's website, obviously through Seacoast. So if you turn that on, that's going to go to Seacoast site as far as for all your testimonials. So leave that off. Leave that off. It did another Zillow account for me. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not really worried about that. Just ignore what I just did. Anyway, everybody good? Questions up to this point? Cool. Awesome. So now that we've got our Zillow and our Google account set up, what happens is when somebody sends out, whenever you close on a property and the email goes out to the buyer or seller. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to find that sample email and show it to you. After they fill out the testimonial, this is what it looks like. That's the email they get. I'll explain this in just a second. So let me see if I can find. Yes, there it is. I found it. This is the email that they get. I know it's hard to read, hard to see, but it says Al Wagner Coldmaker has requested a testimonial. Had a wonderful experience working with you. If you have a few minutes, I'd love for you to write a testimonial on my behalf. Written testimonials can include an optional video or image you'd like. If you'd like, it can also be shared with others on your social media pages. Click on Give Testimonial. It's going to pop up with a testimonial page. And normally it would pop up with the 5 stars and just a box for you to type in your testimonial. After they hit submit, this is what they get. And what this is for them to copy and paste it into Google or into Zillow. I mean, yeah, Google or Zillow. They can click to copy the testimonial, click on the Zillow link, and it takes them. Here it's saying that because it's recognizing I'm already logged in, so it's giving me an error. If I wasn't already logged in, it would just take them straight to your review page where they just paste it and give another review. Yep, it's extra steps for them, and I'm going to show you how to set that up for your folks and some other tips and tricks at the end, okay? The main thing is you got to get everything in the testimonial tree. If you send out subsequent requests for testimonials through Zillow and Google, or they send it here, it's all going to pull in the testimonial tree. So you'll have them all there, which will then will go to realtor.com and your website. So you can see how having it instead of one location, you can have it in several if you set this up and you manage it right. And I'll explain that in a minute. Is everybody good with how that looks? And if somebody gets a request for a testimonial, good? Corey, everybody there good? All I see is you and somebody else. Just a thumbs up if everybody there is good. Questions? Cool. Thank you. Just making sure that I'm not missing anything. All right. So we sent off for our testimonial from the company, and they filled in a testimonial. It comes back into your dashboard, and it looks like this. I can filter out my testimonials from here, or it'll just show up here. If it is not a testimonial that's at least 4 stars, it's not going to publish anywhere. It's going to just wait for you to publish it or leave it here. So this is designed to obviously help you look like rock stars. You can see that if there's any attachments, videos, or anything, it shows it here. If it was published, yes. If you want to review the source, if it's one of your favorite testimonials, where it came from, and then there are other actions here where you can do a ton of other things. You can request to share it from whoever sent it. It pulls their email, and it'll send them an email asking for them to if it's okay for you to share it, which you should be able to. I'm not sure why you wouldn't. You can even edit the testimonial. I'd leave it raw unless they misspelled some words. You can do some testimonial marketing. You can print the testimonial, or you can even generate an image. If I generate an image for the testimonial, then I could take and post this on social media. I feel like I should have the Jeopardy sound going right now as we wait. Boom. Download image, post it on social media. Pretty cool. See if you're talking. I can't hear you. All I see is your thing lit up. So there's a lot of things you can do once a testimonial comes in. if I have so many and I wanted it to filter from a date, filter by any content. If you run a team, you can structure this to run to where your team is underneath you as well. I can even structure it from where it came from. Now let's talk a little bit about where it came from because we haven't connected Facebook, so I need to back up. So I'm going to go back to review generation. I'm going to go to manage. There's one thing I didn't connect is Facebook. And then I'm going to click on add site. Here, it's asking me what site. You can see if you have accounts set up at these other places, connect them. I don't know if they sync to some of these others, but look, the more places you have your name, the better you are. I'm going to go to Facebook, site name, Facebook, view generation URL. I'll go to my Facebook business page. And then I'll come down here and click on reviews. I don't have any reviews here. Again, I just turned all this on this morning. That's why you don't see this. I'll click on manage reviews. I'm going to click on the URL, copy it, go back in the testimonial tree. I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to click on copy generation link. And it's just all it's going to do is mimic this link. It's going to copy the same link here. Don't do anything about any of this. Just leave that alone and then hit save. Now my Facebook is connected as well. That'll also be another link at the bottom, which you all saw. There it is, which is at the bottom of of here for Facebook. So now I have my social media connected, Google, Zillow connected, Realtor.com's connected. Everything's synced. Is that pretty cool? Everybody like that? Everything's talking to each other. This is like what I call the George Foreman grill, meaning set it and forget it. So, I've got all this set up. I don't have to worry about remembering to do anything else because it does it all by itself. So let's say that I want to send out a testimonial on my email. I want to ask for it on my email. If I come over here to manage widgets, wait, let's go to add widget. You can see these are all things that you can copy and paste to put either on a website or on your email. If you come down, there's one down here. Flex, transcript, bubbles, colors, rotating, spider, choose, modern, modes, colors, rating widgets. I don't want to display them, I want to request it. Well, actually, I'm going to do that with testimonials. These are all widgets to put on your Facebook page, or not on the Facebook, but on your website. If I want to request a testimonial or I want to put it on my website, on my email signature, I'll come over here to testimonials and I'm going to go to add testimonial. Here's where I can type in an individual testimonial. If somebody sends me a letter and I want to put it in here, I can put it in here. If I click on collect testimonials, here I can send one via email. I'll come back to the email and text. This is where I request from my email signature. I would come down here, add links to your email signature, and I would just simply copy this and paste it on my email signature. I can even do both, view my testimonials or submit a testimonial. Now, if I want to send out requests for testimonials, I probably would not do it from Testimonial Tree. I would probably do it from Zillow or Google, because both of those are going to pull the information into Testimonial Tree, correct? Remember that? It'll pull it in from Zillow or Google. It just, it won't send it to those two sites. So if I'm going to want to request testimonials, even though it has these links here, I don't know that I would do it from this system because I want to get more recognition on Zillow and Google and let it pull it into Testimonial Tree, put it on my website, and then take it and put it on Realtor.com. So now I have it in like 4 to 5 different places instead of just one. Does that make sense? or 2 or 3. Because if I do testimonial tree, it's going to put it on realtor.com and testimonial tree and the website. If I do it on Zillow or realtor.com, I mean on Zillow or Google, then I have it on one of those platforms and testimonial tree and realtor.com and my websites. Everybody tracking? I'm talking to tech. I'm losing people. Raise your hand, say something, please, so I can help you. Just want to make sure you have this stuff set up right. Everybody good? So I don't worry about reports. And you can actually, I think you can create a survey from in here. I don't know if they have that turned on or not. We cannot, whenever you do collect testimonials, the only one that you can edit, you can't edit the original email that goes to your buyers or sellers for them to just do Zillow or Google. The company platform does not let you do that. So whenever it goes to your buyers or sellers, it's only going to come back to testimonial tree with that link I showed you earlier for them to be able to copy and paste it into another platform. You can, if you want to send one from testimonial tree, if you click send via email and you click here, it's going to pull up the default email. It walks you through, I don't want to end the tour, who it is. And then if I want to use the default email, I can do it here, or I can do customize request template, and then it's going to let me edit this email. This is what the default email looks like. And then I can change this around. I could even delete this and add in my Google and Zillow if I wanted to do that from this system. It's much easier just to go to your Zillow platform, send in their email addresses here, type in whatever I want, hit send request. Or if I'm in my Google account, I can go to read reviews. There is no get more reviews. Here, I can send either email them this link. Email them this link and ask them to give me a review. It's very important that you have business pages set up at those platforms. It won't let you connect if you don't have business pages. We should have business pages anyway because we're a business. So, some tips. Let me go back to where we at.
Hey Al, can I ask a question about pages and things like that?
Sure, I'll try to answer them.
I use LinkedIn a lot
Okay.
as far as, to continue with business. And, we all have friends overseas and all.
Yep.
And you're going through it, and maybe I just missed it. Is there a link there for LinkedIn, or do I have to construct one, or?
I don't think there is. If I go to add site and I click here, there isn't one, which means you would need to go over here to widgets. And if you want to display your testimonial, I'm sure there's some place where you can go in and you can paste it to display them. So you would just select whichever version you like here.
Gotcha.
And if you want to put in for them to leave a testimonial, a link, then I would come here where it says click here to submit a testimonial. Or I would just have them, I would probably do a link for my Zillow or Realtor.com or my Zillow or my Google platform.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just something to ask.
No, I appreciate any questions. And again, the only reason why I'm suggesting that you have them leave the testimonials if you're asking for them individually on Google or on Zillow is so that it imports it in a testimonial tree and then publishes out to other places so you get more bang for your buck. Right? Does that make sense? Does everybody understand that?
That works.
More exposure, right? So one last thing, what I would suggest that you do for tips and tricks, as I would send an email, right? Before I close on a property, I would simply explain to my sellers, look, you're going to be getting an email and the company's going to be requesting a testimonial. And I would say something like this. Thanks so much for allowing me to help with your home purchase. After closing, my company will send you a request for a testimonial. When you get it, please take a moment to leave me a 5-star review. It truly means a lot. Don't feel like you shouldn't say, leave me a 5-star review, right? How many of y'all stayed in Airbnb? And before you even check out, you start getting messages saying, here, leave me a 5-star review. Leave me a 5-star review. If you leave me a 5-star review, whatever, right? You know, I've gotten that, and I've stayed at some shitty Airbnbs, and I'm like, yeah, you're lucky if you get a 1-star review. I mean, I had them where they walked into my house and I wasn't there. Anyway, and then you put, once you complete the survey, this is where I'm educating the public, right? I'm educating my buyer or seller, but I want them to make sure they understand to copy and paste it on Google and Zillow. So then I get it my full maximum exposure from one person, right? Does that make sense? Your review on these sites helps my business tremendously and allows me to continue helping more great clients like you. Thank you again for your support. Boom. Send it out. It's going to be in that guide that you have. I'll email that to your Bix. Copy and paste and steal that. Set up a template in your email. Several of you use Google, right? I mean, use Gmail for your email, don't you? I'm going to give you a little extra little tip here for being on the day. Appreciate you. When you are on Google in your Gmail, right? Do you have templates set up? What I mean by templates is, how many of y'all say the same thing to buyers and sellers all the time? Anybody? Anybody else besides me? Everybody? I said everybody. I said, see all y'all's hands going up. We say the same things to the same people, right? You present agency the same way, don't you? You do a buyer consult. You cover a net sheet. At closing, you do the same things. So if you're in Gmail, it has this cool little thing called templates, and you can pre-type in information for all sorts of different things. So these are templates that I've set up whenever I was practicing real estate sales. And one of them was closing HUD attached. If I click on it, this simply gives me a template of things that I would normally type and say. And yes, I am going to increase the text so you can see it. It basically says, thanks for letting me help you. Don't forget to change your mailing address. Contact your insurance company. Make sure you cancel it. You can get a credit back from them. If you have an escrow account, mortgage company is going to do an audit, and they will send you anything that's left. Even if the buyers have transferred utilities in your names, make sure that you contact the utility companies to verify they're not in your name. If you have any other keys, destroy them. I already gave the buyers the keys you gave me. You're going to need to attach closing disclosure for your taxes next year if you have anyone else doing routine service. And then here I have another link for a testimonial. Don't pay attention to the link. I have all sorts of other stuff set up. But you can put your Zillow testimonial here. So if they miss it on Testimonial Tree, they can do Zillow or Google or whatever you want to put there. But again, I say the same things, right? Same things to everybody. So I have templates set up. Simply to set it up, simply come into your email, delete everything, even your email signature. And then type up whatever you want it to say. Let's say you want to, and the reason I tell you to delete your email signature is because if you type all this stuff in and save it and it has your email signature, when you go to import it and paste it in, it's going to put your signature on top of your other signature, so it's going to have a duplicate signature. I know, we're done with Testimonial Tree, so let me pause before I finish this. I hopped into something else, so I know I squirreled for a minute, but again, it's just to help everybody. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah.
I would love to add something about Testimony Tree just to make sure you guys don't sleep on it.
Okay.
Did we hit online directory pages? Did we talk about that? I wasn't sure if we missed that or not.
I don't know if I hit that. So
Okay, so I just dropped a picture in the chat. If you
Okay.
guys look at that photo, it is pointing to the link that says online directory. That is where all the anything you've set up, any integration is going to pull those reviews onto that page. That page will have your headshot and that bio y'all added. And what that's going to do is give you a nice place where all of your reviews live. perfect to put in your email signature, perfect to put a QR code on in your print marketing that says, read about me. So it's just a great, see, the perfect. There you go. It directs people there. It's going to only show 4 and 5-star reviews, which is sneaky, but also great. So that's a powerful way to show your reviews to people without having to drive them anywhere where they have to go click around to get to stuff. And it's going to aggregate from all the different sources. That's one of the reasons Testimonial Tree pulls in, is to be able to show your online directory page, have everything in one place. So don't sleep on that. Throw it in your email signature, use QR codes in your print marketing. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you is Al made a really, really good point about reminding people that a testimonial request is coming. I meet with Testimonial Tree every now and then, and we talk about best practices. And one of the biggest ones for review collection in general is making sure people know how important it is to your business, that we've absolutely got to get these reviews. They're more important than referrals nowadays, because even if you get a referral, people are going to still check your reviews. But the other thing is they've got to know that that email is coming from Coldwell Banker. If we don't tell them that, they're going to look for Seacoast, they're going to look for your name, but that email comes from the from says Coldwell Banker. So let them know that, because it's going to pass them by if you don't. So it's just one more thing to kind of set up in their minds to let them know that's coming. So that's all I got. Great work,
Thank
Al.
you.
I love it.
Thank you for the tips.
Of course.
Before I go back to the Google Gmail templates, does anybody have any questions on Testimonial Tree? Everybody good? Thank you so much for being on today, Honor. I love the tips and tricks and help. Thank you. So let me hop back to, did y'all want to know this or not? If not, I can stop. I'm just trying to help y'all. I like to help and squirrel and go into different tips. So here I would just simply type in something that I normally give, like if you work with renters or even insurance companies, if they need quotes, I typed up a bunch of insurance companies and all their contact information. So then all I got to do is paste that into the email and boom, there it is. So once I have all this typed up how I want it, I'll go down to these 3 little buttons, templates, and then it probably just says save draft as template. And then it's going to ask, if you have nothing here, it's just going to simply say save as new template. And then I'll name it insurance companies for quotes. Pretty simple, right? We say a lot of different things to a lot of different people. If I've got a buyer that I haven't covered agency with, I have agency in here. Someone's looking to rent, I have rental information in here. New buyer in the process. There's my Zillow review link. Just tons of different information, even apartment info. If you work with tenants.
Hey, Al, does
Yeah.
does Outlook have this as well, or do you have to have a Gmail to be able to do the templates?
I think Outlook does have something like this. I meant to find that out because I knew somebody would ask. Thank you, Samantha. I'm sure it does. I just don't remember where it's at. And I've seen a lot of people having Gmail accounts. Yeah, I'll look at that and let you know. Anyway, look, time is our enemy in this industry. If we can figure out things to help reduce time, we can be more productive on things that we enjoy doing, like, looking at houses. Questions about Testimonial Tree? Anybody? Everything I covered today. I know, Jenna. I used to just put them in draft and copy from there as well. And you can do that in Outlook, is create an email and just save it as a draft and then copy and paste it, put a subject line. So that's kind of a workaround. So if you're in Outlook and you type up an email, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Stop share. And I'll stop recording.